Right. How's it going, everybody? It is Wednesday night. We grow Wednesday, 8 o'clock Central Time. I was a couple minutes late tonight, but we're going to get it going anyway. We got We Grow Wednesday 2. It's February 19th, 2025 today, guys. If you're catching this, you might be seeing the replay. Check out the show. Let us know what you think. And we're going to play a little intro for about 4 minutes and 20 seconds to get some likes and shares and tags and all that good stuff. If you could help us out with that, I would appreciate it. We'll be right back. Let's go.
The indoor farmer has a tale to tell. Under the glow of LED lights where his stories dwell. He's not just growing greens, he's sowing seeds of thought. In a studio with a microphone where wisdom's bought. We grow Wednesday from 8 to 9. Tune in, folks, for a communal time. With Waylon, we'll learn to grow in life, in love, and in what we sow. He's a man of the soil and a man of the word, a veteran with a vision, his voice undeterred. From cannabis tales to the latest farm tech, his shows where the nerds and the farmers intersect. He lights up the airwaves with truth and care, sharing joys, the highs, and yes, the wear and tear. On We Grow Wednesday, we're all one big team. Growing together is the ultimate dream. We Grow Wednesday from 8 to 9. Tune in, folks, for a communal time. We'll live and we'll learn to grow in life, in love, and in what we sow. He's a man of the soil and a man of the word, a veteran with a vision, his voice undeterred. From cannabis tales to the latest farm tech, his shows where the nerds and the farmers intersect. He lights up the airwaves with truth and care, sharing joys, the highs, and yes, the wear and tear. On We Grow Wednesday, we're all one big team. Growing together is the ultimate dream. We Grow Wednesday from 8 to 9. Join Waylon for our journey so fine. Learning, laughing, and sometimes sad, but always together from the good to the bad. He speaks of the benefits, the pros and the cons of the plant that has helped him feel less withdrawn. With guests from all walks, stories to share, Waylon makes sure that no one feels like they're there alone. So come every Wednesday, find your place in his light, where Waylon, the indoor farmer, invites you to grow not just plants, but your soul, your mind, in a world where together we're truly aligned. Tune in, grow with us, let's expand our view on We Grow Wednesday with Waylon. It's true.
Waylon, the indoor farmer, has a tale to tell. Under the glow of LED lights where his stories dwell. He's not just growing greens, he's sowing seeds of thought. In a studio with a microphone where wisdom's taught. We Grow Wednesday from 8 to 9. Tune in, folks, for a communal time with Waylon. We'll learn to grow in life, in love, and in what we sow. He's a man of the soil and a man of the word, a veteran with a vision, his voice undeterred. From cannabis tales to the latest farm tech, his shows where the nerds and the farmers intersect. He lights up the airwaves with truth and care, sharing joys, the highs, and yes, the wear and tear. On We Grow Wednesday, we're all one big team. Growing together is the ultimate dream. We Grow Wednesday from 8 to 9. Tune in, folks, for a communal time with Waylon. We'll learn to grow in life, in love, and in what we sow. He's a man of the soil and a man of the word, a veteran with a vision, his voice undeterred. From cannabis tales to the latest farm tech, his shows where the nerds and the farmers intersect. He lights up the airwaves with truth and care, sharing joys, the highs, and yes, the wear and tear.
When the indoor farmer.
Farmer has a story to tell, he was about to say. What is up, everybody? It is Wednesday night. We grow Wednesday once again, middle of the week, midday, midweek sesh, and we are going to do a little dab to get this one started off. If you could help me out, hit the like button, smash it, share some friends. Look, a guy's got to compete with a single picture from AI out here. A whole show of chocked full of information and humor, entertainment, all of those good things. That's what We Grow Wednesday is all about. Let's try to grow a little bit together as we do it in an entertaining way. We're going to look up some things tonight. We're going to find some stories, stuff that may pertain to you, and stuff that may just pertain to agriculture in general. But tell you what, all these things are important for us to be looking into and keeping an eye on. As they make a lot of changes right now. Some of you are not happy about the changes. Some of you are happy about the changes. Either way, we got to pay attention. We got to pay attention to what they're doing. Even as the federal government fights with a lot of the state governments and all this back and forth, red tape gets created, red tape gets destroyed. We don't know what's going to happen with our food in the next few years. We hope it's going to be I hope it's going to be good. It's going to be better. We're going to, maybe get a little healthier in America at least. Those are the hopes, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen. So what we're going to do on Wednesdays is we're going to keep an eye on what's going on and what's growing on in the world. And we are also going to pull up some pictures from you guys. I saw at least a couple people had posted on the post about what they had growing on. So we'll see what you guys all have. What else? Let's see. Farm Week, food and wine. Oh yeah, marijuana moment. Let's see what they have going on today. What's going on, everybody? Hope you all are having a good week so far. I'm gonna get a little dab going on. Yeah. A little bit of Dandy Man's finest bubblegum kush. I could find my little doohickey. There it is, the doohickey. All right, let's have some fun. We are going to do another spin for subscribers tonight at some point here, so make sure that you have gotten in on that. I'll go double check before I do the spin. What else? Oh yeah, if we do get the door prize, we'll set up the door prize. People might be getting tired of it by now, but if it just happens to work, if we happen to get to 50 likes or 25 live viewers, we'll do another door prize today. So cheers, everybody. Let's get it going. I actually forgot what day it was. I was like, oh yeah, it's 8 o'clock. I got a half an hour. Oh shit. It's Wednesday. We go live at 8 o'clock on Wednesday. I may have to change my schedule a little bit and line everything up right. That way, everything's the same time at least through the week. Game night is a little earlier, so maybe more people can participate. That's what game night's for. But yeah, we might have to do the show a little bit. Maybe just do everything at 8 o'clock instead of 8:30. We'll see. Cheers. Very nice. Let's get some tunes playing here while we get the show started. There we go. All the green thumbs in the gang. Right here. Let's hit it. All right. Hey, Terry. What's up, Amy? Margaret, Cindy. Thank you for going to X. All right. Let's share it in. Let's share in the tabs. Let's find out what's happening out there in the world today. Macaroni and cheese, that's not good for us, but we like it. 6 ways to upgrade your boxes of mac and cheese according to a professional chef. professional chef isn't just going to say throw away the mac and cheese? Interesting. How many of you guys like mac and cheese out there? What's up, Kayla? Let's find out some stuff about mac and cheese. Okay, so I got to click on it, I guess. I'm not reading this whole thing. I'm just going to skim it. No pun intended. I don't really do box mac and cheese. I haven't really made mac and cheese in quite a while, actually. When's the last time y'all made mac and cheese? Yep, even professional chefs make boxes of mac and cheese. I doubt it. Give it Korean-inspired flair. Korean mac? What the heck am I looking at? That's not mac and cheese. That ain't mac and cheese. What the heck is this? Punch up the umami. Umami. One of my favorite words ever. A little umami up in here, huh? I think that's a fish. Some kind of, see, with Korean ingredients, rather using spicy kimchi and gochugaru. I'm not sure about that one. So you bring on the butter. Oh, tons of butter. I want some pictures with these. Throw in some protein. Yeah, throw protein in the mac and cheese. Good idea. Little tuna, little tuna fish. Tuna mac. You ever have tuna mac? It's good stuff. Add a dash of dashi. Make it extra fancy. Oh, extra fancy. That's fancy mac. That was it. Okay, yeah, I wasn't trying to get too deep into mac and cheese, but we, dip our toes in there. 6 celebrity Mardi Gras desserts. Celebratory. I'm reading that wrong. Celebratory Mardi Gras desserts, not celebrity. 11 cleaver. It's 11 cleavers. Oh no, watch out. Negroni. That's a dangerous word to say right there. Negroni riffs. Make perfect dinner-style hash browns. Dinner-style hash browns. Isn't a hash browns traditionally a breakfast thing? Although sometimes you have breakfast for dinner, right? That looks like a breakfast meal, I'm sure. Eggs, bacon, hash browns. Okay. Dinner, I guess. Yeti's new limited edition colors for spring. No thanks. Yetis are popular, but we can imagine colors. Well, not everyone. If you are listening right now and you are of the visual impaired, I could just tell you there's a variety of colors. There are 5 traditional Scottish whiskey regions. Now, this Scottish archipelago wants in. Okay, whiskey regions. No thanks. See, they're talking about whiskey and poison. No cannabis on this website, though. Oh my gosh, don't ever even think about talking about cannabis. But you can talk about whiskey and other poisons. Let's see if there's any new news. Food news. Food science. I like that. Science. We've got different cans. Hell yeah. Thanks, Timothy. What's up, Sheena? Brendra and Terry jumping around. I see you. What's up, Kelly? Scientists found a surprisingly simple way to cut mercury content in canned tuna by 35%. Okay, that's an interesting story. What's the next one? The worst flu season since 2009 is here, and these foods could help boost your immune system. We are going to read that for sure. We are checking into that one. Dairy cows in Nevada test positive for a deadly strain of bird flu. Here's what you need to know. Okay, probably should check that one out too. See, people are using elderberries to cure the cold and flu, but does it actually work? Elderberries. I've never had elderberries, but I've heard of them. Never seen them either. This looks like blueberries on a bush or a tree. Interesting. Moo, right, Timothy? You got to be careful what you eat nowadays. The FDA is updating its food safety protocol specifically for berries. Here's why. Okay, berries updated. Scientists just shared a technique for making the perfect Casio e pepe every time. Casio e pepe. Scientists figured this out. We must figure out how to make the pepe scientifically. Well, should we get a chef? No, we need more scientists, you idiot. GLP-1 users are spending way less on groceries and fast food, according to a new study. Good, good. I like that. So we got a couple of stories here that look pretty and promising. Scientists, so more scientists. Scientists just created a pasta so tiny you can't see with the naked eye. What? Interesting. Okay, I'm intrigued. Elderberry works, Amy. Okay. Well, I'll have to try it sometime. I'm interested just to like see what it tastes like. Um, so you've got invisible pasta. It's so small you can't see it, but we know it's there. It's out there. Let's see. Scientists just gave you one more reason to love your air fryer. What? I got to read that because I use my air fryer all the time. The protein of the future might be made out of air. What? This is some bullshit right there. That's messed up. See, research shows food comas are real and they do more than just make you sleepy. Oh, snap. Is this why I fall asleep every time I eat? Oh my god. Let's see how microplastics sneak into your food and what you can do about it. Ooh, that's a good one. There's some good. I've missed this entire category on this website, and there is some good stuff. H5N1 right there. Let's check out the flu season one just real quick here first. Nutrition experts say that getting enough vitamin C, zinc, and other key nutrients may help the body fight infection. Look at this picture. Like there's that stuff's clearly not inside that jar. Corn. I think corn has some vitamin C. Specific research into the relationship between nutrition and immune health has expanded significantly in recent years. As someone with a doctorate in the field, I've personally noticed a growing awareness both within the scientific community and among my own family and friends. More often than ever, I receive email or text about newly published studies on how specific nutrients influence health outcomes, followed by the inevitable question, what's your take on this? One recent study that was sent my way was a 2024 review published in the Journal of Health, Population, and Nutrition, study which sought to examine the impact of various micronutrients and micronutrient supplements on COVID-19 infections is a scoping paper of 28 systematic reviews detailing how specific nutrients, particularly vitamin D, vitamin A, and zinc, as well as omega-3 fatty acids, may support immune responses during an infection. Okay. With these findings in mind, plus the two dominant influenza strains contributing to the worst flu season since 2009, with more than 800,000 hospitalized since October, maintaining a strong immune system is especially important this time of year. Certain nutrients play a crucial role in supporting immune function, and incorporating them into daily meals can make a meaningful difference. See, that's what I'm talking about with the food. We do make tinctures, we do make medicines out of food, but if you just incorporate these foods into the diet, into the meals, I think that's the better way to go. Like obviously, I'm not there yet. I don't have a full array of things to add into my food that are good for me health wise and immune system wise, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to incorporate more onions and more herbs and spices and things that are more medicinal. Actually, I don't know if there are any medicinal spices. I think so. I think there's some, like, there's benefits, there's health benefits to things like a little bit of pepper in your diet. I'd have to look up specifically, but I know there are some things. Let's see, where were we? From vitamin-rich foods to nutrient-dense beverages, there are many ways to nourish the body and help it stay resilient against infections. Here's everything you need to know. Why is immune support particularly important in the winter? Each winter, with the rise of cold and flu season, most of us look for ways to strengthen our immune health. It's not surprising adults on average get 2 to 3 colds per year, while children typically get between 6 and 10 annually. Layer on that cold layer layer on that colds tend to last up to 10 days. But I don't understand. Maybe it means later. Missing the context for that word. And up to 2 weeks for kids. And it's no wonder many of us want to support our immune health. Yeah, see, I barely get any colds. I got kind of sick this year for 2 days. That's why I took that last week, Monday night off. But I had, like, a little congestion. My throat, my voice kind of was gone, but it wasn't really a typical cold, you know. See, consumer research also reveals that immune health is a priority for Americans. Data from the 2024 Food and Health Survey from the International Food Information Council show that nearly 30% of adults in the United States are seeking immune function and immune health benefits from the food and beverages they eat. Of note, this is a significant increase from 2023 responses, which hovered around 1 in 4 adults reporting they saw immune benefits from what they ate and drank. Yeah, we're cutting out the middleman. Cut out the middleman. Kelly says less food additives would be nice. Yeah, for sure. Which nutrients bolster immune health? 2024 study described above found that micronutrients such as vitamin A, vitamin D, and zinc, as well as micronutrients from omega-3 fatty acids, can be helpful for immunity. Kwanzi Zhang, PhD, RDN, LDN, family dietitian, the Nutrition Changer. The Nutrition Changer studies research that shows how some key nutrients such as selenium, vitamin C, and vitamin E are essential for immune support. Moreover, Lauren Twiggy, sorry, Lauren, I like your name, Twiggy, RD, and others of Lauren Twiggy Nutrition underscores the importance of electrolytes like calcium, potassium, sodium, and help keep you hydrated, which is important to both strengthen your immune system and help you heal during times of illness. Okay, it goes with that. That makes sense, right? Together, compelling evidence indicates a variety of nutritions promote immune. Where's my mouse? Immune health. Okay. How do these nutritions contribute to immune health? Vitamin A, typically linked to vision and growth. Vitamin A is also required for the formation and maintenance of immune cells, as well as regulating inflammatory responses. Additionally, vitamin A deficiency is associated with increased susceptibility to infections and impaired immune responses. Vitamin C, we know this one's important, right? Generally, the most well-known vitamin to support immune health, vitamin C serves as an antioxidant to help reduce oxidative stress during infection. Research suggests that regular consumption of vitamin C may decrease the length and severity of the common cold. Okay. Vitamin D, normally associated with bone health, vitamin D has protein immune effects. For example, it decreases viral replication and inflammation while increasing immune cell activity and levels. Vitamin D deficiency has been linked to an elevated risk of various viral infections. Okay. I get that vitamin D. Okay, here we go. Vitamin E. Vitamin E. Functioning as an antioxidant, vitamin E protects the body from cellular damage, but also helps boost the immune system against infection. Specifically, vitamin E can enhance antibody production and immune cell proliferation. Oh yeah, they're getting it on. Immune cell getting it on. It also decreases inflammation. Okay. Electrolytes, according to Twiggy, electrolytes like calcium and potassium can help with hydration. Staying hydrated is especially important for strengthening the immune system and helping the body heal from infection. Selenium, an initial antioxidant critical for thyroid function and metabolism. Selenium supports immunity by improving immune cell function and reducing systemic inflammatory responses during infection. Okay. Zinc, associated with its role in cellular metabolism, zinc helps make DNA and protein, and also has protein antiviral and anti-inflammatory qualities. A zinc deficiency has been linked to impairing immune cell formation and activation, as well as increased level of inflammation. Okay. Omega-3 fatty acids. These polyunsaturated fats form cell structures and signaling molecules that impact the cardiovascular, pulmonary, and endocrine system. Excuse me. Omega-3s may have antimicrobial and antiviral activity and have been shown to decrease overt inflammation and increase immune cell function. Finally, protein. Broadly, this macronutrient helps build and repair muscle and tissue. Additionally, Twiggy expands. It is also the building block of many different cells in our body, including immune cells that protect us against disease. Which foods and drinks contain immune supporting nutrients? Too much red meat can cause inflammation. I don't know. I mean, it depends on what else you're eating with it, Kelly. The red meat thing is a bit of a myth if you are able to cut out all of the other stuff. I mean, if you look into carnivore diets, the red meat does not cause inflammation when that's all somebody eats. We know some people out there. There are some famous people that are on the diet that literally only eat a steak every day. Like Jordan Peterson, for example, I think he only eats ribeye. That's it. Maybe some other meats. I'm not sure. See, Twiggy also endorses eating a variety of fruits and vegetables and recommends protein-rich beverages and foods like milk, beef, and chicken, as well as nuts and seeds. Animal-based protein like beef or chicken meat is a complex protein or complete protein that is rich in iron and zinc. Beans and legumes provide protein and zinc, making them a great plant-based protein option. Berries like blackberries, raspberries, and strawberries are great for vitamin C. Okay. Brightly colored vegetables, orange, red, and yellow vegetables tend to be high in both vitamin C and beta carotene, vitamin A precursor. Beta carotene, vitamin A precursor. Okay. Citrus fruits like oranges and grapefruits are loaded with vitamin C and vitamin A. See, I didn't know about the vitamin A. We all know that they have vitamin C, but did you all know it had vitamin A? Dark leafy green vegetables like spinach and kale contain vitamins A, C, and E. Okay, eggs deliver vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and selenium. They're also a rich source of protein. That's true. The eggs have a lot. That's crazy. Milk provides nutrients like protein. No, okay. Protein is added to milk. Vitamin A, vitamin D, and zinc. Okay, a lot of this stuff is added to milk. I don't necessarily love the idea of getting synthetic vitamins. It's also rich in electrolytes like potassium and calcium to support hydration. Like, I like milk. I actually don't drink it that often anymore because of how bad it is for us now. But it's a sad thing, man. I don't necessarily need my milk to have things added to it. I'd like to see like just a straight process on milk and not all these carcinogens and not whatever, the boiling of milk and all that. Because if there's another way to get milk and not necessarily have just straight cream from the farm, Like I wouldn't mind to try that someday, but I just don't imagine drinking, that kind of milk. I'd like it to be a little bit more drinkable. I don't know. Maybe milk's just not something we should be drinking. Who knows? Nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds are rich in vitamin E, selenium, protein, and omega 3s. Okay. How can immune boosting foods and beverages be added to meals? Yeah, I don't think I need to go any further. That's pretty good. Let's go back. Oh, cheers, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, they give meat a bad rap, but there's different kinds of cholesterol too. Um, Red meat's usually associated with cholesterol, but there's two different kinds, and we actually need some cholesterol, which is something we don't talk about. Let's see. This was from the 6th of this month. A shift in the H5N1 virus has allowed it to spread more easily from birds to cows, raising concerns about its evolution. A new strain, also known as avian influenza or bird flu, has been detected in dairy herds in Nevada. Right, the U.S. Department of Agriculture announced that it had concluded genome sequencing of milk from Nevada, from Nevada's cows, and found that D1, one genotype from the first time, or for the first time until now, also other dairy herds tested positive, had tested for the B3, 13 genotype. The challenge with this virus is that it may be spread through contaminating clothing, contaminated clothing worn and equipment shared between animals. The birds carrying the disease can also infect domestic animals and livestock. JJ Gosiochie. Holy cow. The director of Nevada's Department of Agriculture shared in a statement released on January 31st. We cannot stress enough how important it is to keep equipment clean, practice good animal health safety practices, and bolster biosecurity. You need to hire some more security. Biosecurity measures to prevent the spread of disease. Okay. According to the announcement, the USDA Wildlife Services, as part of the national milk testing strategy, is now surveilling dairy silos to detect the virus before dairy cows show symptoms, and is also testing surrounding wildlife for the strain to better determine which strain and how it is spreading. This includes removing non-native European starling populations, those type of cow, I guess, in Churchill, Pershing, and Lyon counties, which are considered a nuisance population. A nuisance population. Maybe that's a bird. That's a bird. Starling. European starling population. Let's look. Let's look at it. Maybe there's a picture. There's a picture, but I can't really see the bird. It's just tons of birds. No other pictures of the bird. They're like, we're not getting close to it. No. Let's see. All right, I think I'm done with that one. But yeah, scary shit though. The cows getting the bird flu. People are using elderberries to cure the cold and flu. Does it actually work? We can look past that. We kind of read about the cold and flu and how you can, get some of those nutrients. Let's see. The FDA is updating its food safety protocol specifically for berries. Hmm, that sounds a little bit weird. Let's take a closer look at berries. On January 17th, the FDA released a summary report outlining its strategy for preventing the spread of human neurovirus and hepatitis A outbreaks, both of which have been closed or closely associated with fresh and frozen berries. Interesting. Here's what all general consumers need to know, and as we approach the warmer months when berries are always on our minds. How are berries contaminated by human neurovirus and hepatitis A? Contamination, the FDA explains, usually results from lapses in food safety systems and prevention methods. That's obvious. Like I don't think I need to read this. Be careful where you get your vegetables and fruit. Has there been an issue before? I mean, I'm sure people handling food going to be a forever issue, right? What is the FDA going to do to protect consumers? Oh, great! This is the part that where they're going to add some kind of like red tape. The FDA has designed a new prevention strategy aimed at addressing factors that may contribute to the contamination of berries that with um, enteric viruses. The plan includes promoting higher compliance rates with FDA food safety requirements, encouraging the berry industry to identify and ensure consistent application of processes. Okay. Working to broaden scientific knowledge about the variable or viability, persistence, detection, and mitigation of viruses in fresh and frozen berries, pre and post harvest environments, and agricultural water sources. Okay, enough about the berries. I want to read about the air fryer. Honestly, need to find out what's going on. What's good about the air fryer? Pan frying, stir frying, deep frying, and boiling product or produce, particulate matter, and volatile organic compounds that can harm your health. Here's what to do instead. Let's look at this. What is this? Looks like potatoes and chicken, some fruit, air fried burnt potatoes or something, burnt Brussels sprouts. There's no liquid in there. I made that mistake too once, buddy. Let's see. Honestly, at this point, if you don't have an air fryer, what are you even doing? What kind of beginning is that? What about all the people that don't have an air fryer? This guy, they're going, straight to the cut here. They're cutting deep. Wow, just calling you out. Let's see in the comments, guys, who out there has an air fryer. Does anybody have an air fryer watching today? Straight from the car, it's healthy, but like you said, when you add, let's see what Kelly says here. When you add carcinogens and protein and other things to it, it's not good for your body. Yeah, it's the carcinogens are the big thing, and the sugar. There's a lot of sugar in added to milk. Like, why do you got to add sugar to milk? You know what I mean? What's the purpose? So that it's more addicting. We'll drink it faster. Um, this says, according to data from Nestle, some 60% of households in the United States owned an air fryer as of 2023. If you're one of those households, you're going to be very excited about what you've learned, you'll learn next. And if you're not, let us give you one more reason to convert to everyone's favorite kitchen gadget. In November, researchers from the University of Birmingham released a study on the impact of different cooking methods on indoor air quality. And surprise, surprise, air fryers gave off the least amount of particulate matter and volatile organic compounds, meaning they offer the cleanest cooking methods of all. Here's what you need to know. Okay, all right, don't get mad at me. I'm just the messenger. I'm just reading the story. If you're somebody who's not an air fry user, Amy says air fryer oven here. Okay. Cindy, I have a smart double oven that is an air fryer. Okay, I have an air fryer They call it a combi cooker by Ninja, and it has air fry, but also has a bunch of other options on it. I got that not too long ago. Still learning it. Getting getting more out of my comfort zone, trying different things. I cook soup in it now. I do all kinds of stuff in there now. You can air fry, bake, broil, and convection. Cindy, okay, so it's got some different options. Why the study matters. As the researchers noted, people spend on average, more than 80% of their time indoors. Indoors, here we go. With cooking emissions contributing significantly to indoor air pollution, including both particulate and gaseous pollutants. And, me being surrounded by these plants though makes me feel like I'm getting some of that good O2. You know what I mean? The researchers explained that particulate matter consists of both solid and liquid particulates and can have toxic effects on human health depending on their size, surface area, and commercial composition. Volatile organic compounds, on the other hand, include fatty acids, alkalines, or alkanes and alkanes. Pretty sure that says the same thing twice. Um, Ketones, aldehydes, alcohol esters, aromatics, and cyclic compounds, which are key indoor pollutants and precursors for the formation of secondary pollutants, including aerosols and ozone. Okay, exposure to any of these indoor pollutants could induce serious health consequences. The team added, including cardiovascular issues, cerebrovascular disease, neurodegenerative diseases, and various lung diseases, along with general irritation in the respiratory system and eyes. They can also increase a person's risk of cancer and mortality, oh geez, and death, especially in vulnerable people. And importantly, the researchers added that recent scientific work has found the indoor air pollutants emitted from cooking contribute significantly to outdoor pollution, meaning both indoor and outdoor air quality is at risk. Hmm. Okay. What the study looked at for data. The researchers found a clear winner with the air fryer. Okay. So there's some data out there. We're not going to read any more. I think we got the gist. Even if you don't have an air fryer, there are still ways to improve air quality. Okay, there you go. While this study does make a compelling case for air fryers, we understand not everyone can or wants to make the investment, and that's okay because according to P. Frang, there are a few easy things you can do. There are a number of factors that will affect the level of pollution from cooking alongside the method used, including the amount of oil used and the temperature of the stove. P. Frang said, what we can say with certainty, however, is that improving the ventilation in kitchens by opening the window or using extractor fans will help to disperse polluting particles, and reduce personal exposure. Oh, that makes sense. Open a window, they said. Protein of the future might be made out of air. I don't know. We got to check that out. That's crazy. What's up, Chris? What's up, Smashley? Just a few of us hanging out in here, reading up, looking into some interesting stories. What do you got growing on? We're going to be checking out what's the few people that put up some pictures in the post a little bit later, probably the second half. But this is interesting. That the protein of the future might be made of air, out of air. Soline isn't a plant or animal protein; it's something else entirely. Oh, great! And they're like, look, the EIN in the word means that we could probably make it into protein. Holy cow! This is from January 10th. Out of thin air. I don't know about that, you guys. Holy cow! I don't know about that shit. Would you guys eat air protein? I'll cheers to this. Cheers, everybody. Cheers.
In a cozy corner of the city, where the Wi-Fi's strong and bright, lives a man named Willet with his green thumb at his mic. He's not your
Well, let's look into it a little bit.
no fields, no bar, no plow.
Smashley, you're welcome up. If anybody else wants up, I'm going to put the link out here in the chat. The past 2 decades have witnessed increasing innovations in alternative protein sources in search for a more sustainable food system to support a rapidly growing global population. Plant-based meat companies like Beyond Meat have made plays to replace burgers. Yeah, no thanks. Brands have explored protein powder made from insects. Oh yeah, I just saw the milk. You guys saw that post of mine, the cockroach milk. 4 times more nutritious than regular milk. And efforts to develop a lab-grown meat have faced backlash. Yes. Not every sustainable protein source checks all the boxes that consumers and environment need. One might taste great, but overly processed, or come from plants, but cause deforestation by way of mass production. Perhaps the most difficult aspect of all is finding something that actually appeals to consumers, who are often put off by the flavor of meat alternatives. But there's a new protein option in the sustainable food landscape that hopes to solve all these issues. Okay, that's weird. The link never went out. Enjoying a nice hot bath. Yeah, that's good for you too. It's good for the sinuses, right? To filter all the bug parts out, right? Well, but the bug parts, that's the crunchy. That's the crunchy parts. Indy, why is the floor crunchy? You can come on now. Huh? There's the link. Finally. You gotta post it twice. Let's see. Crafted by Air. Consumers are often. Okay, but there's a new protein option. Okay, and it isn't made from plants or animals. Instead, it's crafted with air. Yeah, let's check this out. Solein is a product that markets itself as protein out of thin air. But if you're imagining eating bites of literally nothing, that's not quite the case. In reality, this powdered mustard-colored substance comes from a naturally occurring single-cell microbe that feeds on air. For anyone unfamiliar, microbes are microscopic living organisms, and there are billions of them all around us. They're naturally found in air, water, and on human skin. To name just a few places, bacteria or algae are some types of microbes that might be more familiar with. Algae is a microbe? I didn't know that. I thought algae was a kind of plant like moss. Interesting. Holy cow, I learned something really interesting tonight. Actually, several things. Ivermectin horseworm to cure cancer. Alzheimer's. Okay, Leslie, I hear you, but I'm not sure. That's kind of a little bit different topic. What's up, Amanda? Hey, we got Chris Christopherson in the house. Hey, Chris, you got a lot of background noise, my guy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Hold on.
There it is. Okay, so they talk about air protein, but really you're just eating microbes. It's just a pile of microbes. Solar Foods, the Finnish food technology company that discovered that the specific microbe and developed it for consumption, refers to the cultivation of soline as fermentation. Fermentate fermentation. Yeah, fermentation. Interesting. It's posted on my page for anyone who wants to check it out. Well, hell yeah, Leslie. I think I think ivermectin is probably pretty good for a lot of things. My mom takes it. I haven't started taking it yet though. Let's see. Solar Foods co-founder and CEO Pasi Benica explains that soline is produced in a fermenter akin to the ones used for breweries and wineries. In the fermenter, we feed the microbe like you would feed a plant, but instead of watering and fertilizing it, we use mere air and electricity as the main resources. The microbe is fed carbon dioxide that can be gluten or be gotten from air, and hydrogen, which we spit from water using renewable or electricity. This fermentation process produces a thick liquid, which is then treated with heat and dried to yield a yellow powder. This is the final form of soline that Solar Foods hopes to eventually bring to the masses. Oh boy, Chris, we got us another protein option in the house here.
We should just start eating humans.
It's a lot of protein. All right, too many cooks guy. I don't know what that guy's name is, but um, interesting. What's up, Elisa?
No, I mean, making protein from air? I mean, what the hell? I mean,
Well, they have to have the microbes. I'm not sure how they got them in the first place, but then they have to feed them and make them multiply, and then they liquefy the shit out of them. It's like
I mean, everything up till the drying part, it just sounded like a big milkshake.
yeah. Let's see. Fermentation process produces a thick liquid. Yeah. Unlike plants or animals, soline doesn't require arable land to grow. It's gonna require space to have the fermentation going on. Its production is more efficient than that of other proteins, requiring fewer resources. This eliminates or reduces many of agriculture's environmental issues, such as deforestation, large quantities of greenhouse gas emissions, and reliance on extreme amounts of food and water. All right, so they've gone past the bugs. They say, don't worry about you. Don't you know what? Don't worry. You're not going to have to eat the bugs. You're not going to have to eat the bugs. Here, try this powder. It's not bugs. It's not bugs. It's just microbes. Just
When I was
microbes.
talking about the humans thing, I read something about how they were growing protein off of human cells. So it was basically human meat.
Right. So the lab grown meat. It's going to give you what's I can't remember the thing that happens when you eat human meat. Your like hands are shaking. Like you become all jacked up. I'm not sure what the name of the thing is that happens when you're a cannibal, but based on a life cycle analysis study by the University of Helsinki, soline's environmental impact is about 10% of most plant-based proteins and about 1% of meat. So they really just got to get us away from meat, huh? Well, we are what we eat, and I actually have been seeing more people talk about they think we need to eat what we are, like we need to eat meat because we're made of meat. I don't know. I like meat. I think we should eat more of it. but not everybody likes meat. My son does not like meat. Kind of sad. Maybe this would be a good in your Impossible Burgers or whatever. Let's see where
The
we at.
human body is mostly made out of water, but I like me some meat. You know what I mean?
I mean, they say that, but I don't know, man. Meat. Maybe you could say meat is a percentage of water in order to make up meat. So potato, I guess. Um, I think there's a lot of hydrogen in our cells, and therefore it's part of our quote unquote meat. But I think they both can be right. Um, let's see, because I can not drink water for like a day or 2 days. You don't want to not drink water for very long, but you can be severely dehydrated and be just almost all meat. Animal products may be good, but it can't do what plants can do. What do you mean it can't do what plants can do? Many studies. Okay, well, tell me the different types of protein out there, Smashley, because you do know that the protein in a steak is not the same protein that you get from, like, say, peanut butter. It's a different protein. Not I don't mean the amount. I mean the actual protein itself is a different type of protein. Yeah, that's what they say, Kelly. 70% water, but we've been saying that since I was a kid. I feel like that's probably not right. Probably not everything else is different. We'll go with that for now, but I still think that we got a lot of meat. We do drink a lot
From
of water though. Well, but okay, so touche then. Everybody is saying that we're mostly water. You're right. We drink a lot of water. You have to drink liquids, right? But then the food, the solid parts, I think we should eat more meat. Just saying. I think plants are important too, though, Smashly, because think about this. Say you're somebody who only eats meat. You still have to feed the plants to the animals in order to eat the animals, because then the animals are getting the best diet, which gives you the most nutrition. Like, it's all important. So, like, it doesn't have to be a one versus the other, right? I eat what I want, and I'm pretty healthy for 42. Man upstairs got you, Elisa. Well, that's also an argument to be made. Like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to squeak out a couple more years? Is it going to be years of value if you're way up there in age? I don't know. That's all up to each one of us to make that choice. Do we want to try to be walking on eggshells every day to be so healthy that you're the healthiest one on the block, but then you end up maybe not taking as many risks or trying as many things? So there's a balance there, right? I still eat meat, but the body scientifically works better on a vegan diet. Really? Hmm.
Well, for protein, you have to have, from what I understand, and when I say that, it means I did the research high. From what I understand, you need a full protein for your body to process it. If not, you're just going to crap it out. And then I read that broccoli, per its weight, has more protein than meat. But for the complete proteins, I don't know about. But I read that you need a complete protein. Otherwise, the other stuff isn't even going to count. It won't go into your system.
Well, I think there is something to be said about what types of protein you're trying to get, because there is the study on, like, people say, oh, you can just eat a peanut butter sandwich to replace like a steak, and that's not really true. Like, you'd have to eat a 5-pound peanut butter sandwich uh, to get the same amount of protein. So there's some things there that are false. Most
That's
people.
what I said. Per weight, you'd have to eat a lot of broccoli in order. But like if you took a little piece of meat and a little piece of broccoli, the broccoli would have more. But for your body intake, you would need a lot more than that.
Well, and you have to cook the vegetables to have it help uptake the nutrients in your body. And I tell you, the plant cell makeup is more difficult for our bodies to digest, and that is the sole reason that we need fiber. This is several doctors doing the study because of the carnivore diet becoming more popular. They looked into the fiber and don't you need fiber? Don't you need this and that? Well, it turns out you don't need any fiber if you don't eat plant material. So I don't know. I'm not saying that like they're both needed. You can't have one without the other. You can't have either one without each other. So I mean, actually, there could be plants out there with nothing ever eating them. They would find another way to live, but you couldn't have animals without plants. Not in my opinion. Let's see here. Let's keep reading. Luckily, the protein content of solein is comparable to many other protein powders out there. Oh, good. 100 grams of solein contains 75 grams of protein, while 100 grams of optimum nutrition gold standard whey protein powder, one of the most common brands available, has about 78.95 grams of protein. See, they're saying grams of protein like they're like protein's all the same. There are different types of protein. Let me go over here. Let's check it out here.
Ashley, you said the body works better on a vegan diet. So if a cow eats grass and you eat the cow, you're kind of eating vegan, right? Because
That's how
that
that's
cow.
Yeah, we're still eating plants in that way. Like we still have to have the plants involved in the system. I don't think you can just be, you know, unless you just eat these microbes, I guess. Let's see. Proteins are classified into several types based on their structure and function. Here are the main categories. See, this is the thing. Like they just say here, grams of protein. And then you go over here, you find out, well, hold on, they have different functions. There's different types. There's transport protein, structural protein. Like hold the phone here. Which one am I getting out of those two powders that they just, compared? This is the part that they don't tell you. Enzymes, pepsins break down protein in the stomach. Lactase digests lactose in milk, and DNA polymerase replicates DNA. Motor protein. See, motor proteins. Get your motor protein. Head out on the microbes. Okay. Hormonal proteins, storage proteins, other proteins, heat shock proteins, receptor proteins. Like, this is what's up. Look at how many different proteins. Well, we're not saying it's more nutritious because an animal eats it first, but some animals, would you agree or disagree? Some animals that are set up like way more to eat plants than us, right? That's why we're omnivores. We can do both. We can eat just about anything with calories in order to survive. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be good for us. I think we're built to survive, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't eat any plants. I'm just saying that there's a lot coming out with the carnivore diet and people doing it more and more health professionals trying it and finding out it doesn't make your cholesterol shoot through the roof, actually lowers it, and it does not give you uh, what is it, heart disease and things like that. It's all this other stuff that we're eating and all the chemicals. All right, where do we go? Just eat a hot dog, earthobate. What's earthobate mean? No one takes into account how acidic animal products are. Acidic takes so much for the body to balance that out. They drink a lot of water. So long term, I'm saying we should stick with mostly plants, not just assume meat should be on every plate because that's what we've been taught for so long. Well, okay, we're going two different directions here with our thinking. I believe that each person needs to do the like check out their own body, like do your own body research by doing an elimination diet, trying to go down to just one thing, like one green, one meat, and even doing just one of those. Try the vegan side, try the carnivore side. You might find that your body is actually more easily digesting one or the other. A lot of people go one way or the other. Lisa says I ate a little bit. All the food groups when it got back to people portion size, it was way over portion daily exercise. Yeah, I mean the exercise I think is the part that a ton of people for or miss out on. Yeah, you should watch.
Some of these portions that they serve at restaurants, though, like the tomahawk steaks,
Huh.
it's like who could eat that in a sitting? Like seriously, have you seen like the big tomahawk?
Yeah,
Like
that's
that's
there are
something.
cases where men that just eat literally like way too much red meat, like a ton of red meat. Like the thing about meat is that it satiates your body 70% more than anything else, and you literally lose like 70% of your appetite. So you don't you just once you're eating just meat. Now you don't eat just red meat on the carnivore diet. There's all sorts of other products that are within the scope. Some cheeses, the sugar-free cheeses, calorie, like mozzarella. You got bone meal or bone. Is it is it bone meal soup? No, it's what is it called? Bone broth. Bone
Bone
broth.
broth.
Yeah. But yeah, I should check that out, Smashly. And Lisa's got a couple that she's said are good shows to watch as well. And a little bit of off grips, people way over portion, and yeah, the over portion is huge. There's genetic testing out there nowadays to tell you which diet is best. Oh, you think so? Yeah, I think there should be at least, if not yet. I know there are some robotic doctors now. There are robotic like systems that will do surgery, and there was a surgical robot at the hospital I worked at. So I think there should be eventually a machine that you can put your finger in. It pricks your finger and it can tell you like all sorts of things. Earth Abide. Oh yeah, I saw that one. It's basically worms. Earth Obeyed. Or okay, I see that you Earth Obate is basically worms, bugs, anything that may get in flies. Huh. I'm not. Well, what about it though? I'm missing the context there. Some men and women just eat too much. Yeah. Yep. That's true.
I can't see eating that much. Some of the steaks that I've cooked, it just like just big slabs, and they just sit there and go at it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, are we gonna have to call somebody?
Yeah. Yeah. That seems like a bit much, and I'm not gonna lie. When you're on the carnivore diet, you crave the fat. You crave it because you're in ketosis. And again, I'm not saying it's for everybody. Um, Honestly, every person is a little different when it comes to their diet. So I don't think any blanket diets really work for everybody. Some people have more carnivorous teeth, sharper teeth, multiple canines and stuff like that. All right, I left this thing in there way too long and now it's all caked with goo. All right, so I think we'll move on from here because this is insane. This microbe protein. And you will find some people that, like Elisa was saying, that live seem like they live forever, and they're like smoking cigarettes and 92 years old, still have their 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 smokes and their whatever else, bad habits. So I think there's some people that just have, maybe it's good genetics, I guess. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't somewhat try. Like I'm on my journey trying to do what I can to be a little healthier. Actually be a lot healthier. I still eat plenty of plants. I think it can be done both ways, but you definitely need fiber if you're going to eat plants. And you get a lot of fiber from some plants. Bread, wheat.
I try to eat fruits that give me fiber because it's
Yeah.
better for my insides.
Well, and fruits can be pretty acidic as well. People, like my son just loves lemonade. And I'm like, man, you can't just drink lemonade. You got to drink something else because it's just too much acid all the time. Let's see
Okay, let's
here.
forget it was about your son. There's no such thing as too much ass.
Okay. Well, not exactly the acid that we're talking about here there, Chris Christopherson.
Yeah, I said forget it was your son. There's no such thing as too much.
This just in, they found LSD helps children with autism.
Actually, I did a report. I looked over papers from Johns Hopkins. I did it on it wasn't a thesis, it was some sort of paper in my psychology class about how mushrooms or psilocybin helps all kinds of mental disorders, diseases, and helps regrow brain cells.
I know that it helps to reroute your synapses and get around damaged areas. But yeah, but Smashly, I gotta point this out. Like you said, you gotta believe the science over opinions, right? Well, that is the problem, is that within the science community there are different opinions. I am telling you, there are doctors that set out to disprove the carnivore diet by doing it themselves for 6 weeks and checking all checking all of their levels of everything the whole time, doing the whole study. I'm just saying that this it's not fully that clear yet. I think that we are built to eat both. Some people are actually work better on one than the other. I think that's really what it comes down to. So I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying, like, when you see the people that are in the science that are disagreeing with other people who are, you know, peer reviewed studies and all these, backed up science, it's hard to go one way or the other. Now, it was hard for me to stay on the carnivore diet because I liked so many other foods, and I'm a creature of habit, so that's a big problem there. It was hard, but it was also very interesting. You had way more energy. I was like up and ready to go early in the morning. All right, let's move on. Actually, we're close. We're past the hour. Let's pull up the wheel. Oh shit. Smash, are you still soaking in the tub or what? Come on up if you'd like. We can argue about this on in person. Did we take off? Let's see. Yesterday's winner was Chris, number 23. Yep, I did take that off of there. Okay, good, good. There's no vitamins out there curing a disease. I'm not sure what you mean. Are you arguing for plants or vitamins? Did I say virus? Vitamins out there curing a disease. I mean, prevents disease. Vitamins prevent disease, like we just read. Um, okay. Here's the wheel. I need to check to see if anybody jumped in.
Oh my God, Kel, I read what you said, a deck of cards, but I was just skimming. I thought you said dick of cards, and I was like, I thought I was the only wild one in here. What the hell?
Deck of cards. Okay. Okay, looks like no one's added on the locals. We'll check Facebook. Play some tunes. Arguing in the tub. All right.
I already won, but I should be on locals, Rumble, X, and Facebook.
This is just for the number wheel, so it's on Facebook and locals. Let's play this one. Okay, going to the Facebook group. Okay, nobody there. Okay, check the other one. I check each one, even if I don't think anything is going to be there.
Dude, did you ever make your own mozzarella cheese?
No.
I read you could, or I watched a video. It says you can make it from powdered milk. But, you know, if you grow tomatoes, you grow basil, and you make your own mozzarella, you got, you know, pizza.
There's no proof of what, Elise May. It's actually against the law for people to sell you vitamins and tell you it's curing something. Yeah, I don't know anyone who says vitamins have cured any diseases, but your body is a lot more susceptible to diseases when you have insufficient vitamins. So, bam. Curing and preventing are two different things. I think they're both good. Curing is more of a less proactive and more reactive. All right, let's spin it. If you want to be on this wheel every week, we do give you 3 chances to win. If you are a subscriber, go sign up at theindoorfarmer.locals.com. From heartache to sunset. Good luck, everybody. All right, Chris, let's do another dab and look into some marijuanamoment.net. See what's happening on the scene of the plant, of the herb. Increases mortality rate.
Moment. What is that?
It's a website. It's a news website for cannabis specifically. They also talk about psilocybin a lot, but it's a good news source for anything cannabis.
Dude, Pennsylvania's turning into like a war zone. All kinds of shit's happening.
Pennsylvania? Oh, because of the protests and stuff?
Well, yeah, that and like it's a Commonwealth state, so that messes everything up, and they want to keep marijuana out for as long as possible, and the prices in PA are the highest in the country.
Well, if people pay, I guess they'll want to keep it. Okay, what do we got here? Number 15 is Tommy Makeda. Let's go. You won. Okay, Tommy, if you're here, comment. I'll give you a minute or so, but I don't think Tommy's here. If you're here, you get to win double as a subscriber. And we evidently got some competition during the live tonight. Anybody watching this on the replay, leave us a comment. Tell us you saw it. I know we got replay numbers out there. But yeah, I think we've got some competition live streaming tonight, but that's okay. Some of them are our sponsors. We're okay with that. Marijuana moment. Key Pennsylvania GOP senator doesn't see any path whatsoever to legalize marijuana under governor's proposal. So this is kind of what you were speaking to, Chris. This is from today. Top Pennsylvania Republican senator says he doesn't see any path whatsoever to pass marijuana legalization as requested under the governor's latest budget. But a Democratic House colleague is pushing for the reform, saying he can't understand why Pennsylvania would forego tax dollars from cannabis that are currently going to other states. At the same time, the state secretary of department or for the Department of Revenue is predicting that the governor's legislation plan could be enacted during the current budget cycle, and indicating that he feels reform could start to start to be implemented within months. I don't see any path whatsoever. I've read that 3 times now. Senator Appropriations Committee Chair Scott Martin, Republican, said in an interview on Tuesday, responding to Governor Josh Shapiro's, uh, uh, he's a Democrat, budget request to enact legislation. There's many states that have promised revenues that never materialized on the level that they said, but there's something to be said about not jumping fully into the pool when you can't answer all those questions, he said, adding that the argument that Pennsylvania should pass a reform based on surrounding states doing so is a pretty weak excuse. Look, I don't disagree with them. Like I don't think necessarily every state has to be legal. People in Pennsylvania, maybe they would end up moving out of Pennsylvania because they want to find a legal state, and that goes for all sorts of other laws, different ways of living. So that's one reason I
Yeah,
like.
but are they going to pay for my relocation? That's what I'm saying. Where you live is where you live. I
No,
mean,
no.
if
What I'm
people have
saying is,
bold ideas,
you're going to see people leave the state who can, and if they see that happening, that may change their mind. You know what I mean? If there's enough of their constituents who disagree with this, they will
it's
see it. I'm just saying that I like that playing out. I don't think that most legal states that are legal with cannabis are actually doing a favor to people with cannabis, because what the regulation and all the stuff that they keep trying to change nonstop. It's a never-ending battle. It's still a fight here too. So I'm just saying, like he makes some good points here. If you don't know all the answers to some of the questions, like what's the real benefit to these states, and a lot of the states will oversell and under deliver. You know what I mean? And that's a problem when it comes to some states who are going to be hesitant, like this one. They're going to see that and they're going to say, well, they said this, but only ended up with this. And if they can continue to say that, and people are putting these numbers out there that are unrealistic when they're actually pushing for legalization, it's going to keep making make it look bad to the other states. I don't know. I mean, look at THCA though. Isn't that legal over there? You're muted, Chris.
I agree you have to have a game plan to know where you're going with it. But I think a lot of Pennsylvania, at least lawmakers, are stuck in that reefer madness era. Like a lot of people are just scared. They just really don't understand.
Yeah, and there is something to be said about when it's legalized, that anybody that has never tried it before, that if they go straight into the good stuff and get to that, potent, high potent stuff, and go straight to like a concentrate, like a dab or something, there is something about that where it definitely can be like a psychosis, or a much more intense um, reaction. And I think a lot of us.
That and if somebody like ate too many edibles and they call an ambulance, then they write it down as like an overdose and poisoning when they were just really high. I mean, I guess technically it would be an overdose for your brain, but they were just really high. And they go to the hospital, but they write it up as like some horrible thing. Oh, this person was here, da 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 da. When in actuality, they just laid on a bed and they just gave them water.
Hmm. Yeah, you never know what's really happening. Yeah, it's not federally legal, but the whole loophole right now, Lisa May, with the THCA is federally legal. I don't know
Oh,
if that's
dude,
go ahead.
I seen some of that THCA at a tobacco shop, and it was like, oh, it looked worse than old school Mexican stuff. It was like all brown and shriveled up. And I was talking to the guy, and I was like, "What is this?" And he's like, "It's THCA," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "That looks horrible," and he was like, "Well," and he offered me a discount.
Wow. So yeah, he's ripping you off, but I can tell you, like, I'm doing a dab of THCA right now. Right now, doing a dab of it, and I'm just
Well,
saying, there's not really much different.
there's THCA in like any of the bud I buy from like the dispensary, and I'm sure there's in my weed, but like I don't think what they're selling to the shops and stuff is the same kind. I don't know, but I don't. It did not look good. It looked sick.
Leslie, yeah, man, I'm all down for it. How are you taking it already? The ivermectin? Kelly says, "What exactly is THCA?" So THCA is basically THC before it turns into THC. So in the plant's life cycle, the plant starts to make THC during the flowering cycle, and it's making the little sticky, little hairy, sticky trichomes all over the bud, right? But that is actually THCA when it's before most growers would harvest. So typically THCA is really just an earlier harvest, literally. Just trying to scream it out loud. Well, Leslie, we should talk about it, man. We should talk about it sometime. Maybe we should talk about it on People in the Boxes tomorrow. I don't have a topic yet. Ivermectin on People in the Boxes. I don't know. And then Elisa says the fenbidazole. I'm not sure I know about that one. I've heard of ivermectin and another one. Shoot, now I can't think of it. But that's okay. You're going to be taking it soon, okay? Well, I wouldn't call it dog dewormer. It's just dewormer. It's used for horses, dogs, people. I mean, I don't even see why people want to say it's a horse dewormer. They were just ignorant back then. But we're not ignorant now. Many countries use it. Third world countries use it on a daily basis. Let's see. Well, let me do a little dab here. Number 15 was Tommy Makeda, and he got a Indoor Farmer coupon. You write that down. Yeah, if you guys want to tag some friends and share it out, I'd appreciate it. We could try to get to the 50 likes. I don't think we're going to get there tonight, but I'm not trying to be negative about it. I just mean it seems like we're a little slower night tonight, but that's okay. I still learned some awesome things. I like to learn on Wednesdays. We grow our minds just a little bit. We're going to read about this Pennsylvania war on cannabis. Here, let me play a little more music. We got Smashley in the house. Let me play a little Smashley's Garden.
Of the digital green lives a woman with a passion so keen, Ashley Huffman. But you might know her as Smashley, a homesteader queen, living life quite rashly. With 4 little ones,
If you're still in the tub, you're gonna get wrinkled.
she shares her wisdom, her green thumb's might in her
Excuse me?
I said if she was still in the tub, then she's gonna get wrinkled.
Oh, I see. That's the dog dewormer. I gotcha. I see Lisa or Leslie. Here you go. People are going across state line to go buy cannabis in New York and New Jersey. He told WGAL. That's our tax dollars that should be here. I can't understand why people wouldn't want to keep that money in Pennsylvania. Well, that's just silly. I mean, people go across state lines for all kinds of other things that you have illegal, you know, like say some states with fireworks and, you know, guns, you know, abortions, all sorts of things. So those dollars, so that's not an argument for making something legal, honestly.
Don't try to go to Canada. They will not let you across the border.
They won't let you across the border.
I was 16. I was 16 and puking out the window, and they were just
like they should be leaning harder on the medicinal value of cannabis, not the money value of cannabis. That is the problem here. They're trying to coerce. They're trying to gain support by saying, "Look at all this money we could be making." Like, you guys are not seeing this. The people of the country have spoken in the majority, and we want the spending to get under control, and all of the other, you know, nefarious stuff that's being done with our money. We don't need to just keep trying to find more things to take more tax dollars from. Like, we need to clean up the other end.
Yeah, but the powers that be, they want that. That's why you can't make. That's why moonshine's illegal.
Right?
They can't make money on it.
Where's the push to make that legal by taxing it or whatever?
Because we make it up here in the mountains. Fuck all that shit.
You can grow weed in the mountains, you know? So, like, what's the difference, really?
No, in this area, it's to a point where when COVID hit and they shut down the state stores, nobody was worried. Everybody had their own shit. But I think it is so ingrained into America, into the history and the culture, as accepted, even though it was not during Prohibition, that it's just there. While marijuana was originally, from what I understand, was outlawed because black jazz musicians were bringing it up through, and hey.
So they're talking about budgets and proposals for the costs and everything else, and it's like no one's talking about the medicinal properties or the textile properties.
Oil, plastics, biodegradable items, everything.
Ohio is using their medical cannabis system as a platform for the recreational cannabis system. Well, yeah. This is a basis for us determining whether interacting with Washington will be a concern, because their situation regarding medical and recreational, as far as Schedule 1, doesn't change. Well, I mean, that's just bullshit in the first place. The scheduling of cannabis is wrong, whether or not you believe it has negative properties or downsides to it. I think it's, you know, I think most people agree it's wrong, but that is something that won't be changed because they have to find a way to get something out of it to do that. All right, so let me go back up here, see if there's anything else that's super interesting to read. Let's look in the culture here. Snoop Dogg expands marijuana empire again with new line of blunts after judging rolling contests in Vegas. Bill Gates talks about using LSD and smoking marijuana and unsuccessful. Oh, I saw that. I reread that last week. Snoop, that's a weird look, Snoop.
Wait, an unsuccessful what? LSD and marijuana. How can that not be?
He said that he used it, or he said he tried it to impress a girl when he was younger. I read the story last week, and
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I
it's
remember hearing about that. But how's he doing now? Right? If he wouldn't have done
right.
that,
Maybe the LSD is what made him think about windows, man. He was like, "What if there was like a window right here, man? Like I could just click it. Holy cow!"
window pane acid. It's
Window.
made from white fluff crystal. Ugh, beautiful.
Oh no. Yeah, we don't condone the experimentation on this show, but if you consult your doctor,
I
I'll
don't
take.
condone it either. I was just commenting on,
Let's
stuff.
see, dogwoods. Oh, dogwoods are the blunts. Okay, he just like appropriated the word dog for everything. Okay, Snoop Dogg's expanding his marijuana empire yet again after Las Vegas on Thursday. The rapper and cannabis icon unveiled his own signature line of blunt wraps. Dogwoods, Snoop Dogg's latest innovation, marketed under his cannabis brand Smoke Weed Every Day, SWED. I didn't know that was his brand. That's
That's what Dr. Dre said in the end of one of his songs on the Chronic.
right.
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah. Hmm. I wonder what Snoop Dogg's opinions are on whether or not everyone should smoke weed or not. I wonder if he thinks that every person, like, it's for everybody. I fully believe there's some people out there that should not be touching it.
Nah, Snoop's a dude that would be like, yeah, if you like it, you like it. If you can't do it, don't do it. He's pretty chill nowadays.
Said to deliver a slow, smooth burn that enhances the flavor of any cannabis strain or tobacco blend, according to a press release. I've been rolling blunts for decades, so I know what it takes to make them perfect. Well, doesn't he pay someone to roll his blunts?
Yeah.
I wonder if he
Oh,
rolls
did,
anymore.
did you try any of that Mike Tyson weed?
No, the
I heard he had his
Tyson
own
Ranch.
strain.
I know he's got his own weed ranch. Yeah, but this is interesting because he's like, I'm sure he's rolled a lot of blunts, but he pays someone to do that now. It says, I created these wraps to be everything I want. Let me try Snoop. I created these wraps to be everything I want in personal, everyday go to. They burn slow, taste amazing, and make it easy as everyone to roll like a pro. For shizzle, my dizzle. uh, Artist unveiled his blunt line and also promoted other must-have products as the champ at the Champs Expo this week. Oh snap! I need to go to this. I didn't realize. So one of my sponsors, shouts out to drizzledab.com. Use code WTIF15. Um, he goes to Champs and he posted a picture of him meeting Tommy Chong. You find out Snoop Dogg was there, Tommy Chong is there, like all these. Like I bet you got like a Mike Tyson weed representative there too. Like I need to get my ass to Champs one of these days. Hell yeah, Champs Expo. That includes premium rolling papers, hemp products, glass pipes, and hemp flour. Good night, Leslie. Or good night, Kelly. Sorry. Good night, Kelly. Still suspended, man. I'm sorry, Leslie. I don't know why. Probably just the words, the name. Should change the name to CBW. Um, this comes out about 2 months after Snoop Dogg announced the launch of a new direct consumer retail platform. Okay, that's a fluff story. Let's look for something else. Risk for allergens. Let's see. Largest U.S. bank probably would work with marijuana businesses if federal law. I read this I didn't read the story, but reread this this headline last week. Let's switch gears real quick. I didn't see a whole lot on marijuana moment. Just going to read the headlines on Farm Week now before the end of the show here. Soybean growers seek uh, dicamba alternatives for 2025. I'm guessing that's a
Okay, I'll admit it. I don't know what the hell that is.
yeah. I don't know either, but I'm guessing it's a some kind of pesticide. Young leader alum shares lessons learned. Is this the person? She's a young leader alumni. Planting decisions underway for soybean farmers. Okay, they're getting ready. They're getting ready for their to grow the ethanol in Illinois here. IFB hosts ESA grower workshop. New Illinois partnership supports future food animal vets. Illinois school expands early ag education opportunities. Okay, I read some of that before. Interesting. Let's find out what this thing is, shall we? Some Illinois soybean growers are looking for alternative options to over-the-top dicamba herbicides. See, got it. Herbicides after, well, no, it's not a pesticide. It's an herbicide. Obviously, they're slightly different. One for pests, one for weeds. After registrations for Tavium and Ingenia and Extendi Max. You can't make this shit up. Is this a replacement for the blue pill? Extendi Max. This new product helps your plants last longer. It's called Extendi Max. That were revoked last year. Okay, these are 3 other herbicides that were revoked last year. Definitely don't count on it. Over the top dicamba being available in 2025 growing season. That's what we're letting growers know at this point in time. Illinois Soybean Association, the ISA. See, like when you have an association, man, you can't. There's no way you'll ever admit that you're literally just growing feed filler for our calories. I guess soybeans probably have some protein in them, but I don't know. I don't know enough about soybeans, but I just don't think soybeans, wheat, and corn are need to be as popular to grow as it is. Personally, outreach agronomist Stephanie Porter told Farm Week. Okay, during the 2025 Illinois Soybean Summit. You have a fucking summit. You're definitely not getting rid of a plant that you're gonna have a whole summit over. Man. What's that? At least
Is this?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, is this on the onion? This doesn't seem real. A soybean summit. I've never heard anything like that ever, ever.
That's why I go to this website, not because specifically this website does something different, but it's a website that's like for farmers talking about real specific type of information that goes into the nitty gritty of our farm industry. There are so many different like acronyms, abbreviations, if you will, within the farm industry that that no one ever hears of or knows of. And you guarantee there's a wheat version of this and a corn version of this. And they probably wear like a little corn cob on their head or like a soybean hat or whatever. Like it's just got, they probably have special ritual, like they have the moose club and then the soybean club, and they rival plant versus meat. All right, let's see. The Illinois Soybean Summit in Champaign last week. She said while the respective companies have applied for new labels, it is unclear new labels for the same herbicide. It's going to change the name of it. It's unclear when the products will be re-registered, and if they are, the labels could look completely different. Re-registered, as in they have to probably change up the chemical makeup enough to make it not the same thing in order to just register a new one. Let's see, applications timings of or federal cutoff dates might be different than or maybe a whole new set of rules. And of course, if re-registered, they will come with new EPA environmental protection or EPA guidance or guidelines from the ESA, the Endangered Species Act, Porter said. The Endangered Species Act is like a agency, I guess. Now is that it? um, oh no, because the EPA is using the ESA as their reference point. Okay. In the past few years, many farmers have switched to the Enlist E3 soybean system for weed control, while several are still using the Extend Flex. Oh, that's Extend Flex. Did I misread that earlier? Extend Flex is even better. That's even better than I thought it was. What's up, Timothy? Extend Flex. That sounds like a much better blue pill, you know?
I don't flex when I extend. It's just there.
Oh, and it's a muscle. You flex it. Get out of here with that malarkey. Malarkey. So, Extend Flex system, the conventional herbicide or glufos, glufosinate, glufosinate, Liberty, glufosinate. That doesn't sound like glyphosate at all. I don't necessarily say one's better than the other, Porter said. Okay. However, she noted there are some surveys and research being done on suspected cases of water hemp resistance or having low sensitivity to 2,4-D and glufosinate. See, that's just getting into the weeds here. No pun intended. I'm just gonna get back out of this story. But yeah, basically they're just playing musical chairs with herbicides and pesticides and all the sides. Pritzker outlines responsible FY26 budget proposal. Yeah, JB Pritzker. He's out here against the finding of the fraud and abuse. He put out a video today about it. Oh, we're gonna stop them. We're gonna stop them from taking our hard stolen money. Basically, it was a thing to behold. This guy looks like he eats too much. That's for sure. Let's see. He probably bought his seat. Illinois is famous for selling their not seat, but he's his position. They're famous for selling like Senate seats and all kinds of shit in Illinois. You name it, it's for sale. Okay, we read the rest of those. All right, that's it. Well, let's get back to us for a little bit here before the end of the show. We got 10 minutes. Wow. Okay, let's do a little dab. And congratulations to Tommy Makeda again. Chris, thanks for hanging out, brother. Thanks for muting in between talking. It does make things a lot easier um, with any kind of background noise and stuff like that.
Yeah, I gotta set stuff up. I'm moving stuff around the house, and I have to upend, and every time I upend, I have to reset everything. So
Well, that makes sense. You're on a phone, aren't you, or a laptop?
right now, a laptop, but I have two different sets of head speakers, and they either go through the laptop or they go through the speaker. So depending on which one it is, I have a different. Yeah, it's a headache to try to figure it out.
I hear you. I like to think I know a little something about a little something in the tech world, but it still baffles me on a daily basis with different things. Let's play a little something, something. There we go. All right, everybody, cheers to this Wednesday. I don't actually have a plan to review anything this weekend, so I'm going to have to go out and find something to do, get out of my house, get out of my comfort zone a little bit, and find something interesting. Let's see, hashtag WTIF. Anybody out there who's awake? By the way, don't try to keep up with me on dabs. You won't make it to the end of the show. Very few people will.
You should go and get one of those colonics or whatever they call them. That would be new.
Colonics? Do that live on the air?
Oh, you could. I didn't even think that far. I was just saying, you were saying trying something new. I was like, try that. But if you want to put it on the air, dude,
A
I'm
little bit
with you.
of X, a little bit of let's go try some Extendiflex. Extendiflex. Why is this out so far? Get back in there. Anybody awake out there? It's hashtag WTIF is all you need. Nope. Okay. Cheers. Cheers, Chris. There's Waylon, the indoor farmer begun, with seeds in his heart and vision so clear. He teaches us all how to grow year by year. He speaks of the journey from seed to the plate. On X, his wisdom he does not abate. With every post, a lesson to share on growing. Doing pretty good on X, actually. Getting close to that 1,000 mark. Let's go. Cindy's alive out there. Thanks, Cindy. Let's go. With the motto of sustainability in his core, he's the voice for those who've never grown before. Kayla is in the house. Perry Wood is alive out there and doing the wood thing. Through his shows and posts. What's good in the wood tonight? Community builder, not just a digital fame. Man, I got to spend some time on the game for next week. Like a walk in the park. Really, I think I'm going to take all the number spots and I'm going to make them. I'm going to add things that happen. Like if you land on it, you got to go back to, or you got to go. You get an extra dice to roll. Go take a second turn. You know, things like that. Skip your next turn. Building a world a sustainable place. So here's to Waylon with his indoor farm, teaching us resilience and how to disarm. I'm also going to take apart this 8-ball.
Okay, you triggered me there for a second.
I knew where you were going with that one. I can't use it anymore. Like it doesn't actually show me. Like it's just bubbly.
I can't use it anymore either.
So yeah, no. It's like guys, that's the joke there. So I quit using the 8-ball. I had to put the 8-ball down, guys. It's not good. But I'm gonna take it apart. I'm gonna empty it out. I'm gonna use the dice that's inside it. Hello, 8-ball. Hello. No, this one's broken. Never met an 8-ball I couldn't crack open.
Me either. Not for 8 years, 3 months, and 3 weeks.
Good for you, man. Good for you. Oh, she made it. Hold on. Let's try it. Let's try and do this real quick. So let's go over here. Damn, where is it? Hey, I think you're. I don't think I can hear you. Say something. Oh
Sorry,
yeah,
the
there it
mic.
is. Yeah, that's what's up.
What's
That's
up,
what's
guys?
up. What's up?
How you be?
Oh, just a nice chill night tonight. We got into some good stories, some good conversation in the comments with all the participants. Just could you, brother, sound like there's a canary in the coal mine whenever you're unmuted? I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's like a kind of like the tricycle from Nightmare on Elm Street, where when no girl is in the tricycle and the tricycle's rolling, but the wheel's all bent. It's like, and you're like, oh shit, where's the little girl at? And then Freddy comes out. No. Anyway, I grew up with that shit. Smash, are you a scary movie fan?
You know, to an extent, yes, but like I didn't watch because I mean, I grew up in like a strict household, so like I didn't watch all those scary movies that you grew up on.
I
So
see.
like my scariest stuff that I watched as an adult, and it's more like The Conjuring type shit.
Crap.
Yeah, rather than like Friday the 13th and stuff. I did start watching the Michael Myers ones though this past Halloween.
That like one of the newer ones, or did
No,
you try
like
to
the
watch
old,
them?
very first old school first one, yeah.
Now,
I'm gonna give you a list.
oh, a list. I thought you said lesson at first. So it's so funny though. Trying to imagine. You know, we're not that far apart in age, but trying to imagine our two perspectives in this alone, because those scary movies that I grew up with.
No, not that I wasn't like, not that I'm like way younger. I'm just saying I wasn't allowed to watch that shit.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. For us to be like, if you were someone way younger, then it would be more obvious. Like, yeah, of course you didn't see this or this. But for us to be talking about, well, I grew up watching these when they were coming out. So when these insane, Freddy versus Jason and all these different movies came out, and at the time that would have been the best looking, or not the best looking, but like the best special effects going on. You know what I'm saying? But for someone to now go back and watch one of those movies,
right. Yeah, it's terrible.
You're going, this is terrible. But for me as a kid, like I still have memories of some of those movies being much more realistic. You can't go back now and try to watch some of that shit. You're like, oh wow, that ruins.
Some of those movies do not hold up. I went back and tried to watch a couple of them, and I was like,
definitely not.
But the stories are good,
like Children of the Corn.
Yeah, I never even saw that fully.
I watched it recently. That was one of the ones I watched this past Halloween. I'm like, oh my god.
There's some that do hold up. Have you ever seen the Hellraiser movies?
No.
Man, those
all of them.
What really still looks
all
real to this day is fucking Jurassic Park. Like, why does it look so real?
That's why they keep cranking more of those out. I think partially there's a lot of shadow involved.
Oh.
And then also, if you notice that every Jurassic Park movie, it's storming. There's going to be rain and a storm, and there's going to be some kind of, almost.
They did a fucking good job way back then.
It was the first three were probably heralded as like, actually they're still looked at as some of the best scary movies of all time.
But there's only one where a guy died on the shitter. Just saying.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
I don't remember that. That's an iconic scene. I forgot. I'm sorry there, Chris.
That was what he said too. One of the lines in his movie.
Which one? The first movie?
Yeah, I think it was the first one. Yeah, he goes and runs into the porta potty.
And he's sitting there and he opens the door and it's
he's just sitting there like
The first one's one of the best because you get to see it in the park as an actual park.
Right.
And like seeming like it's functioning and people are visiting it and stuff. I guess you kind of see it later with the Chris Pratt version, Jurassic World.
Yeah, I do like those ones, but classic's a classic.
Yeah, I think the new one doesn't have Chris Pratt. It's not going to be. There's another one coming out sometime soon. Joe, I'm curious
Okay.
what Joe's talking about. Joe says giant ants. Are you are you getting are you having are they all over you right now, Joe? Like, do you need help? Just kidding. What's the giant ants from? Final Destination is good. But like, what do you call the difference in the scary movies that have like a sort of like a supernatural bad guy in it?
Yeah,
You
there's
know?
different levels of scary.
Yeah, like there's
I
horror
like this
movies,
psychological
Yeah.
scary.
thriller, a psychological thriller kind of. I think that's what a Final Destination is, a thriller, scary movie thriller.
Like I never liked
You
the
know, they
torture
flame
shit,
thing
like
in.
Saw and
Oh
what else,
snap.
like those type things.
Joe, you missed earlier. We were talking about this protein that they're getting out of a microbe that feeds on air.
Well, I thought it said something about bugs.
Huh?
I thought it said something about bugs.
We were they were talking about they brought up a couple other things like cockroach protein and other things like
Mm.
that. But I think I got off on a tangent talking about different things. So you might have but the story itself was about a microbe that feeds off of air, and they turn it into a protein. They liquefy it and then they
Interesting.
dry it into a powder, and then yeah, it's
Sounds like more
crazy.
man-made bullshit, though.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying though, is like what kind of protein it is. It was that's what got me on the whole tangent of looking at different types of protein. That's because it was giving you so many grams of protein versus so many grams of protein in this other protein powder. It's like, well, which protein? I listed like eight. I named like eight different types of proteins that are just we don't think about very much.
Yeah.
Anyway, not to go back into it, but Joe, check out the earlier part at some point, man. You'll like some of those stories we read. I wanted to actually get into RFK and what he's doing and stuff like that. I want to kind of keep up with some of that, but we didn't get into it yet tonight. I'm not really sure the best place to look it up. Let's see, the Post Millennial might have a good story or two.
Hmm. Honey, I
Um,
Shrunk the Kids. I loved all of those.
yep.
So,
Honey,
my favorite part was when they ate the the giant cream pie. They like climbed in there. That looked so delicious. Like I've always just wanted to take like a scoop of that cream and like shove it in my mouth.
oh
That sounds
yeah.
sounds so dirty.
Chris, just shut the camera
I
off for a
didn't
moment
I
so you
didn't
can have
realize until it came out. Okay.
it. I just want a giant cream pie in my face.
Oh shit.
Actually, that's a classic comical gag, though. A pie in the face, cream pie in the face.
Yeah.
So it's not actually as funny. It's only funny for for people out there with the don't. Is that close to the? I don't know. Might be close. Let's see. The only story I found on the Post Millennial is that he was confirmed as Health and Human Service Secretary on the 13th. But there's another story where he was saying that he was going to go what areas he was going to go after first. Let me search it real quick. I'd like to find out what it was. I'm just going to search RFK on X and see what happens, because there's usually something more up to date. Now there's a gray check mark for like official politicians, I guess.
Interesting.
Let's see, our new secretary's commitment.
So you know who's bullshit. The great chat marks. That's bullshit.
There you
That's
go.
bullshit. That's
Uh,
bullshit.
he says he will lead our nation's effort to end the chronic disease epidemic and make America healthy again.
You better.
Yeah, so the chronic disease could be several. It could be several things, and he's kind of trying to check down each avenue.
Fake food, maybe that should be where he starts.
Um,
See, they should all call me. Just kidding.
yes, just take my come and get my info. Thank you. Let's see. This was from February 4th. Okay, I'm not going to see it. I thought there was a press conference that he did, but he didn't share the video. try this. All right. Okay, press conference. It's from January 18th. Never mind. All right. I'm not going to find
You tried.
the newest stuff. Maybe that was just a story about him that I saw and wasn't something official coming from him. Hey, oh, you know what? I meant to ask this earlier tonight, guys. If anybody is out there who has access to Rumble, and if not, it's free. Go check it out when you get time. Go over to Rumble, and you might have already hit the like button, but there's a little option next to it that says repost, and I believe it's like share. You get to like share it inside your Rumble, and it'd be like me having like multiplying my channel kind of over there. I don't know. It's a different kind of thing. It'd be like a YouTube having ability to share a YouTube video inside YouTube. It's weird, but I'd like to see if some of you guys would try that out. I believe
just,
you
resharing it or something.
Yeah, I think you have to put a title in there. You could just be like WTIF, or We Grow Wednesday or whatever, whatever. You don't have to put a lot in there, just something. I think there's a title option or something to that effect.
Is it under share or is it under repost?
It says repost. When you hit share,
Okay.
that would be you like going taking it will give you the link to go over to Facebook and make a post or whatever. But the repost is like within the app. It's within Rumble. So I'm not 100% sure if that would be helpful, but let's give it a try. Poppin' Seeds over on the YouTube. What's up, my guy?
Poppin' Seeds.
Caveman with Ringo Starr. And the giant mosquito landed on his face. Oh, no. Giant mosquito. I'll stick to my ivermectin. Okay, Joe, you should have talked to Country Boy Weeds. He was talking about ivermectin earlier. And what's Joe said? Ivermectin and quinine. Stay away from anything too modified. Yeah, anything too preserved. Randy, hello. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the giant ants. Yeah. That's from earlier, my bad. Did it. Thanks, Margaret.
Ooh,
It's almost like I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I think, couldn't be too bad. I can even repost it, which is very strange. Like, where am I reposting it to? I don't know. All right, cheers. I'm going to do a dab and then probably get going soon, guys. Where are we at? If we're getting close to the likes, I guess I can hang out for a minute. Let's see. What do we got? 33? 50, 60 people in here?
I was muted the whole time. I could have said some shit that could have saved the world and nobody would have heard me.
I can't see you that well in the shadow there. My bad. Usually if I see someone's gums flapping, I'm like, oh, hey, you're muted.
you got to start dancing every time you
You're
talk.
How come nobody told me that I was muted? I'm like,
oh, no one could tell me that I could dance on here.
I can't keep up.
Down for the get down.
You're almost like one of those things that have like a weight in the bottom of it and it always comes back. No matter how many times you try and hit it to knock it over, it always comes back.
Boing, boing. I've read through thousands of reviews on it from people. What? Go old to see other people are trying that. I remember. I don't know nobody else who did so. What? You did it? I'm not sure what you mean there. So you're for it or not for it, Elisa May? I think it's something that it's shown that it's not very harmful. There's not too many side effects with it. Very few people have any issues with it. I don't think anyone has, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So I'll say very few. A lot of countries use it. It's good for lots of things, not just COVID. You did do it. Okay, I see.
Just stick to a natural parasite cleanse every 6 months or so, and you should be golden. Doesn't have to be
Yeah,
ivermectin. There's lots of
I've
other
heard
things.
of a fruit cleanse. There's a fruit cleanse, all fruit diet for a short
I
time.
mean, it'll clear you out if you have a shit ton of it.
Shit ton.
What
You'll
the
be
hell
shitting
did
a
you
shit ton.
say?
I'll cheers
No,
to
no,
that.
no. Wait. A parasite cleanse.
Yeah.
You eat parasites.
No.
You eat
Parasite
little
cleanse to
creatures.
clear them out. Like with herbs and stuff.
Oh,
Like
I
wormwood
was
and
gonna say,
bipolar.
holy shit.
Yeah, please
No,
don't
Oh
go
my
around
gosh.
eating parasites.
she's saying that you take your parasites out and you wipe them off and cleanse
Yeah,
them
you give
up.
them a
Like
nice
you
bath and
give
then
them a
just put 'em
bath and
back.
stuff, and then you put them back in your eyeball or inside your
Make
ear or
make
wherever
sure
it
you
is.
squeeze those tapeworms out real good. That's nasty.
Juice them. You juice your
Yeah.
tapeworms, and then you
Put them in your mess smoothie. Gotta hide the
cures
flavor
cancer.
somehow.
Joe will run the rumble. Joe, hit that repost. Repost. Are you still talking about ivermectin, Joe? Because you just kind of jumped over to Rumble and said cures cancer. I think so. Ivermectin.
I hit repost, but I don't have any followers or anything. So,
Yeah, me either.
That doesn't mean anything. I think
Maybe somebody will see
there's
it,
a
right?
chance that people will
I
see
don't
it.
even have Rumble on this phone since I got a new one. Damn, forgot about that.
You never got the shits from it, Joe. So I guess is that one of the things that people say when you're cleaning out, doing a parasite cleanser, you're gonna have like a full cleansing. Is that what they say? The full clean out. Speaking of full clean out, it is Wednesday, so I recommend a wash it on Wednesday. Wash it Wednesday. Get your take your
Wash
pieces
what?
out. Well, all of it. Your crack, all the in the cracks and crevices, and go in there, empty out the
I think
water.
it's funny just watching him laugh in silence over there.
Already
when
did.
you
Thanks,
said
Joe.
full cleansing, I just pictured that little woman from Poltergeist. And she said,
Oh,
this house needs cleansed. And then she comes out, she's like, it is clean.
Caroline, don't go into the light, Caroline. You probably haven't seen that one, have you, Smashley?
uh-uh. Sorry.
Poltergeist. It's a
Yeah,
classic.
I've heard of it, but yeah.
What did you just say? You never seen Poltergeist?
No,
She just
sorry.
talked about it, bro. She hasn't seen all the ones that we grew up on. She's never seen the Munchies. She
I'm
never
not.
seen
I'm not that old. I'm only 44.
you never seen Pumpkinhead.
No.
Never saw
Remember that
Pumpkinhead.
movie Leprechaun? I'm pretty sure that scarred me as a kid.
Leprechaun, yeah, Leprechaun. I remember Leprechaun as a young boy. Leprechaun had risque moments, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
I don't even
what's
remember. All I
happening there? And
remember
then the
is
guy
some
would,
chick's tits were like blowing up.
yeah.
That's all that
The
I
next, and then they
remember.
exploded. Yeah, there's another scene where there was this guy. He saw this naked woman. Oh, he goes up there to her. And it's actually two lawnmower blades spinning, and just eats his
That's
face.
funny. Oh shit.
Just eats his face. Anyway, sorry. That's yeah. That shit was graphic as a kid, man. You could try to go
Yeah.
watch it now, and you're like, what is this shit? Leprechaun's pretty cool, but they played him out pretty bad. It's the same guy that played Willow.
Oh shit! It is. Why did I never make that connection? That's funny.
Because looks so fucking real as a
Yeah.
leprechaun.
I'm not old, right?
I'm Willow.
I'm not old. 44.
Smashy,
I remember these movies. I'm not old.
You're not old.
You were here yesterday, weren't you? Did you come up and when I pulled up the guy that looks just like Chris?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Man, and he's like he's
yeah,
got
that
like
was funny.
knives and freaking dead body parts everywhere, and like, all right, Chris, put the knife down. Put the
Stop
knife
chopping
down.
limbs.
But that's funny because that video, I remember that video from probably at least 10 years, probably 15 years ago. And I was like, Chris, you look like a guy from this video I saw 15 years ago. I gotta
I didn't
look that
believe
up.
you. I thought you were just messing with me. It's like I dropped some weight since then, but like I'd say about 5 years ago, I matched that dude's body weight.
What's up, Jeff? Yeah, yeah, that guy looks a little older for sure, but you could definitely pass as that guy for Halloween if he was
Yeah,
like,
the
if
facial
anyone knew his
features
name.
were pretty spot on.
The hair, like
Yeah.
smiling. This was like, holy shit, this is that guy.
What did you say? Are you saying that that guy is very sexy? Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
yes.
Yes.
Especially him chasing the young
That's what
girl.
I thought you were saying. Okay,
You
that's
heard it
what I thought
right.
you were
You
saying.
heard it.
The part where he's chasing the young girl with the knife, like that's part that he's really the best at, the best sexy part.
Gets him going.
He's like, I'm just playing. Come on back. Well, I think that's gonna do it for me, guys. Oh, dropping Q-tips. Waste not, want not. Son of a bitch. We learned a lot tonight. I'm sure some of it will come back to me here in the next day or so. Can't remember. I learned something. We learned something earlier that was vital. I can't, oh yeah, about air fryers. Air fryers produce the least toxic particulates and things in the air.
Hmm.
I knew I loved my air fryer for a reason.
Do you ever like second guess what you see online though? Like, what if this is
Well,
all,
yeah. I mean, when it says the least, it doesn't mean none.
or like maybe
So
they're just outright lying, and it's really not safe at all, and then you find out years later.
I used to
yeah,
have a job checking out sources for websites, so I make sure I have at least three different sources of independence checking whatever I read just to make sure.
That's a good idea.
Because a lot of shit's just bullshit.
Right.
I mean, you
well,
don't even have to go in depth, just like look at three different ones and see what each say and compare them. And that's how I usually do it.
yep. I like to learn by doing. Something I didn't bring up. Oh shit, I forgot the pictures, Chris. I think Chris, you were the only one that I saw post pictures, so I'll rack a few of them up on the next week or so, and maybe show them off on another show. One of my plants is like dying. One of my cannabis plants, it literally just drooped and it just like went limp. Like, and it literally is just as much as the other plant,
Hmm.
and it's just almost dead. It's green. It's very green still. Just the leaves just drooped. I have no idea what that would be. Any ideas, Joe? Joe Kelly, what's up? Smashley, any ideas? Look, I'll even try to show you guys and see if I can.
Did you just water them? Maybe too much. That's all I can think of. I
I
haven't seen
think I think it has had too much water, but that was like 2 days ago.
it. Sometimes it takes a bit for it to bounce back, though, so it might still be okay.
It just keeps getting worse by the minute.
Is it sitting in like a pool of water?
No,
I don't know.
look at this.
Was it a watering or a feed?
I mean, it looks like my plants do when they're overwatered, or either that or underwatered. So, I mean, the plant still's nice and green, so that's a good sign.
That's
Is
what
there
I
any?
mean. Like,
Is there new like signs of yellow spots or any other kind of?
there's a couple of dying leaves on the bottom, dead
Well,
leaves.
that was there before, right?
Some were, but I think some of this might be new. This leaf has some spots on it. There's no.
Was this the
I know there's no insect pest because I've been treating them with Prime Superior.
Is
A
that under a
spray.
good light already?
It's not under the best light yet, no. But the
Could be
other
cream
plant
and
is
water.
under just as much, and it's thriving.
Oh, okay.
They're
But isn't
getting
that one
bigger.
bigger though? Isn't this your smaller one?
Yeah, but they were both the same size. The other one just kept growing as this
Every
one
plant
didn't.
is different. There's your
Maybe
lesson
I'll.
right there.
Well, yeah.
Put it
I
under the
mean,
light.
maybe I'll
Put
just
it under the light.
put it under some more light. Yeah.
Yeah, try it out.
Try it out. You sound like the YMH podcast. It's podcast I listened to. Try it out was one of the a clip on a video that someone sent them.
Yeah, I don't really know. I have to get my other light up that's in my flower room. Get a timer on it, and then maybe I could increase the light a lot. How dry is it? It's not dry, not very dry. I mean, I just roughed up.
I was gonna say the only other thing I could think of would be like humidity, but if your other plant's fine, they'd both be the same.
And it was okay. It was like, perked up and happy, and then just the blue pill wore off. Just give it water. I gave it some more water, and I think yesterday gave it a little bit of water yesterday. So very strange. Well, we'll keep an eye on it, but
Yeah.
at least my Jezebel is just rocking. I mean, it's like way bigger. It's getting crazy. I have to get the light put up just because how big it's getting. I got to move it. But the other plant might end up being
Don't give up yet. Okay. See how it looks tomorrow.
I'm just leaving her alone. Like, I don't know what else to do with her. I mean, my humidity levels might be kind of low in this room, but there's a lot of water being moved around in here. You think it would be okay, but I don't have a gauge up right now, or a whatever you call it, little temperature thermometer, humidity reader.
Mm-hmm.
Play
Anyway,
music at 440 hertz, I believe. You can Google it, but it.
Oh yeah, for
plants
plants.
react to it.
Yeah, it's pretty badass, ain't it? There was actually a story that I had read of this guy that had his own greenhouse, or no, cornfield, and his corn grew like over 15 foot tall because he was out there singing to it every day. I'm like, that's so cool.
Well, these plants get plenty of my voice. There should be something happening there, but
Gotta
no.
raise it up then. You
They
gotta start singing
get
some
a
opera.
lot of CO2 from me also. I'm giving them a lot. Anyway, I'll keep an eye on it. I think I'm gonna actually go get my humidifier that I have for plants. I'm gonna put in here, but it's annoying. You have to refill it constantly. It's not. I want to get one of those auto ones, and it's also got clear glass, which if you have it around grow lights, you'll start growing algae. So you have to try to cover it up while also leaving it open. Anyway, you guys have a good night. We'll see you all tomorrow for People in the Boxes at 8 o'clock Central Time. Not even sure what we're going to talk about yet. We'll have to figure it out with the crew, and we'll see you guys then. Remember, we can debate this kind of stuff all day long, and it's good because it makes it part of the mainstream and makes it part of the conversation. Because why? It's what everybody's got to eat. Good night, guys.
Yeah, this is for my green thumbs in the game. Wailing the indoor farmer, check my name. Sustainability, we about to reclaim. This is how we do it, keep it in the frame. I'm wailing the farmer, the indoor king. Living off the grid, what the city can't bring. Got my hydro set up, my LED lights. Growing all my greens, all through the night. Self-sustain, that's the mission. Growing my own, I'm not missing. Indoor farming, the hustle's real. Whalers here.